Okay, so today we're going to learn how to add and subtract mixed numbers. Remember, mixed numbers are fractions that have a whole number and a fraction. The first one we're going to be doing, it's going to be to add fractions, okay, the mixed numbers. First example is going to be 4 and 1/2 plus 2 and 1/2. We are going to do it by this method. This one is just by doing it in columns like a regular addition problem. Okay, this one you solve it the same exact way as you will solve an addition problem. So you're going to add these two fractions first, these two, this one, and this one first, and then you're going to be adding the whole numbers, which are these two right here. Okay, so first thing you're going to add only the numerators. Denominators, you have to keep them the same, so the 2 has to remain the same because that's the denominator. So let's go ahead and add 1 plus 1, which are the numerators right here. That's going to give you 2 over 2 because 2 is the denominator. Then you go ahead and add the whole numbers right here. 4 plus 2. This is going to make 6. If you notice in this fraction right here, you have a 6 as a whole, and then you have a fraction. The fraction is 2 halves. 2 halves, if you have a fraction like this one, I don't know if you guys remember, but 2 over 2 means 1, right? If we draw a model and we divide it in 2 parts, as the denominator says, it's divided in 2 parts, and I go ahead and shade those 2 parts, that makes a whole, right? So this one makes a whole. If you have a fraction that says 2 over 2 or 4 over 4, 5 over 5, that means 1. If you have numerator and denominator to be the same number, that means 1. In this case, you have to change it. This is not the correct answer. You have to change it. This right here is like saying 6 plus a 1. And we usually do not say 6 plus 1, right? We usually said it's just 7. So these 6 and 2 halves are equal to 7. Your final answer is 7. Now let's try a different example. For this one, we are going to be doing a 2 and 2/3 plus 3 and 2/3. Remember, this is just the addition part. You only add numerators, so only add the numerators. 2 plus 2, that makes 4. Denominator is 3. Let me change the color right here so it looks different. 2 plus 2, that's 4. Denominator is 3, so you keep that the same. Then you go ahead and add the whole numbers. 2 plus 3, that makes 5. Okay, something's different about this answer that you got right here. I don't know if you guys noticed, but this fraction part right here, it's an improper fraction because my numerator is bigger than my denominator right here. 4 is bigger than 3. So that means this fraction is not correct. We have to make it correct, okay? So what does that mean? It means that right here, I have another whole, and that whole I can give it to the 5. Okay, how can I find the whole? Right here, remember a whole, it's a fraction that it has the same number on top and on bottom. So if I take out a whole out of the 4 and the 4/3, I'm going to be subtracting that. So I'm taking it out from here, and I'm giving it to the 5. So instead of a 5, I'm going to have a 6. Okay, I'm going to be rewriting all of this so it doesn't look crazy. Okay, I'm going to be giving my answer right here. So instead of a 5, now I have a 6. Now I get to subtract in this part right here, 4 minus 3. That gives me 1/3. So my final answer is 6 and 1/3.